Hey guys. Okay, so I know I've been promising this for a while, but I told you I would come back and show you what I am doing with my leftovers from my Magnolia frame. So I had some extra flowers left over, and I have some leaves and some of the berries. So they've just been sitting here waiting. And I know I promised I would come back and do it, but it's grade 12 exam week here, and so it has definitely thrown off my schedule. But I am here now, and we are going to create this. So this is kind of what I envisioned for using for the leftovers, because I used the love on her frame. So I'm going to use the home on this one. And this is just, I grabbed it literally out of a cupboard in my laundry room. And it's just, this is just an 8x10, and it's like an open frame that you can use to create your own frame, basically. And you put all the parts together. I'm sure I just got it at the local craft store. I used to paint, so I have a pile of odds and ends lying around. Okay, I'm just going to put down my all-purpose mat because I've got my hot glue gun out. And, okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to add all this stuff onto one of these embroidery hoops. And then I'm going to attach it onto here is kind of what my vision was. So I just needed to decide if I was going to use the 8 or the 9-inch one. So this is the smaller one, but I think I'm going to use the bigger one. So this is just a super cheap embroidery hoop that you can get anywhere, like Walmart or a craft store. There just seems to be some blue film covering the base here, so I'm just going to take that out. Okay, and so I just have grabbed a roll of 2.5-inch ribbon that I kind of thought would coordinate with the project. Okay, get this off. I will drop into the comments. I created the frame for my mother-in-law at Christmas, and so this is just the leftover pieces, and I have all the photographs on my blog, so you can go and see them there. So this is basically just what was left at the end. So, and it's not like I didn't use lots of embellishments on hers, because I did. I used lots of flowers and lots of leaves and the berries. So, sorry, my ribbon is kind of, okay. So this is kind of what I envisioned for adding the home onto here. So I'm going to move the frame out of the way because I don't actually need it right now. We'll put it back together at the end. So I'm just going to add my ribbon here. And I'm just adding extra because I'm not sure if what I'm going to do with it, if I'm going to wrap it around or have it hanging off the back, but I'll just move this out of the way too. I have more stuff than I need in my small little space here. So this is just slightly, like it's got a little bit of a wire in it so that it'll hold its shape. So I'm just putting it through. Oh, maybe I'll add my title on here first, actually, before I put it into the ring. So, this is my, like I said, this is my extra word, which is home. And I just really quickly added some liquid glue to the front and let it dry just to give it a little bit of shine. And there we go. So I'm just going to tack this down like so. Okay, and I might go in after and add some more adhesive. I just kind of wanted to get a good idea of where it's going to sit on my ring. Now I'm going to add it to the hoop like so. And then the outside piece. I love the fact that from the one kit, I'm actually going to get a couple of projects out of this. So I have 3 flowers. I think I have another one here somewhere, but I don't see it. So we're working with 3 flowers. So this is kind of how I thought it would go. Yeah, so it's exam week here, so the whole schedule of our house is totally thrown off. And then on top of all of that, it's gotten so cold, you actually wouldn't even believe it. So I'm just trying to decide. I think I want it so that I have a little bit more room on this side. If you didn't want to glue your word down like this, you could just pin it down so that you kind of know, there, that's better, the spacing that you're working with. Like I could have just pinned it down to the ribbon while I figured it out instead of hot gluing it. But, okay, so I'm just going to add this back on and tighten it. So I don't anticipate that this project will take very long, and this is like the second one. So, and really to put the actual frame together that I did before, the instructions in the packaging are perfect. I'll show you that at the end. I'll go through, I think I have them still just sitting here. So, okay, so that is how that will look. We're just going to test it. I'll just pull up the frame here so that we know how it'll look in there. So this kind of gives you a visual of what I was thinking. Like this. And then, so I think I'm going to keep the frame relatively close so that I can see how these pieces are going to look in here. So And then on my leaves, I've just brushed them with a little bit of liquid glass to make them shiny like the actual leaves on the magnolia flower. And you could also, so there's a couple ways that you could add the shine. You can also use our texture paste. It just kind of depends on what you would like. So I'm just going to add this cluster up here first, I think. Now that I kind of know how I want it to look. So I have, oh, look at that. I knew I had another flower. They're just stacked on top of each other. So I think that's how I might put them. I'm just adding a little bit of hot glue to the back of the pieces, and I'll just kind of tuck them down. And you gotta know, because it's live, I'm gonna burn myself on here. Okay, so like I said, in the instructions, there are great directions on assembling the flowers. So I just assembled them literally how it says on the instructions. The only difference is I did add some of the clear shimmer brush to them, just to add a little bit more sparkle to them. So that's the only difference that I made for them. Yeah, it's only a matter of time here before I for sure burn myself. So that'll be fun. So that's your tip, that you should have a glass of cold water just in case that happens. So, like I said, I haven't glued down my hoop yet. I will do that after. So, let's see. There's lots of other things too if you want a little bit more decoration. We've got lots of sparkle that you could add to the base of the flowers in the middle, just to make them a little bit different. And so I think I paid all of about $2 for my hoop. So this is a pretty good value out of the kit, considering I'm just working with leftovers at this point. So there are two sizes of these little rose gold berries. I guess they're rose gold or coppery colored berries, and they match the centers of the flowers also. So, and the great thing about the frame is that you can add as much or as little as you want, depending on how many photographs you add to your frame. So I'm just kind of playing around with it and tucking stuff in. I might put bending the leaves a little bit so that they look more real. Yeah, so I'm not really sure how, like I said, how much I paid for my frame, this part, because it was, I pulled it out of a shelving unit in the basement, but I'm pretty sure I couldn't have paid very much for it. So, there's not very much to it. And I'll come back and fluff everything up once I'm all finished with it. So, like I said, I figured this would be a nice, quick project. So I'll drop in the bottom, like I said, into the comments where you can find the post with all the photographs of the one that I made for Christmas. And just don't forget that this frame is only available during the month of January for the National Paper Crafting Month. And if you buy more than one, then you get, there's a savings. So that is always good. These would be great for like birthday gifts or Mother's Day gift or a shower gift or like a wedding shower or engagement. So I think we're almost done here, so that's not bad. I'm only at like 20 minutes and we will have our second project all done. So, like I said, I wanted you to have some options, sorry, hot glue everywhere, for what to do with the extras, because nobody likes to see things go to waste. So, hope you guys are all having a good Thursday and staying warm. Oh. I've decided, I had to run out this morning and I've decided that's it. That's until it warms up again, I'm not going back out. Okay. So I think this will be pretty much as I might add in. Maybe I'll tuck another. Flower in here. So just kind of keep filling it in until you get a look that you like. And like I said, I've just dropped my all-purpose mat down onto my surface there so that it will be easy to clean up after. And I kind of just keep one end of the leaf flat to make it easier to add in there. Oh, I'm so happy with how this is turning out. So this was just kind of this was my plan, but not always does my plan turn out the same way in real life that it does inside my head. So, okay. Look at that. See, I'm basically done in 20 minutes. So, I will probably, I think, in the end, wrap this around and tack it in place like that. And then I will glue. I'll cut out all my extra ribbon, but you guys don't need to watch that. I'll post pictures when I have the final, everything all glued in together. And I'll just go back and I'll fluff everything up. And I'll tack this in. So that's it. And like I said, I just wanted to give you kind of an alternative project or something to do with your extra pieces. And thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.